different Jews and people, different hybrids, depending on, like, say if you're royalty and Jewish or something, like English royalty and Jewish or something. They have different versions of what's called Ysod Sheb Gevurah, connection restraint. I've had a connection with the airport in the U.S. since about 1950s. Well, before that, in the Army with Jose. You know, Jose Romero or Jose Canseco or something, who fled from the Civil War peacefully, something. And so we have a connection with the U.S. military since the days of the Civil War, before New Mexico was even a state. And then we had a connection at the airport. But the number 13 is a little bit important because it's a portion of the Shema, Echad, you know, counting of the Omer. And apparently, it's also really important because I was dead a couple of times. I mean, like, if you would ask me, when was your birthday? 83, 84, because for those reasons. Now, one, because in South Korea, they start the count at 0, you know, with birthdays and things. And I think other countries in Asia as well. Now, I was also officially dead on the table. So I got those reasons to say with validity that I don't know if I was born in 83 or 84, depends on how you think about it. Now, I tried to convince the computing world of my theories in the early 1900s when they started to develop classical computing machines, ones and zeros. My main thesis, his historical thesis, a portion of computing history or something, is that technically, probably they could have made quantum computers first, before classical computers. But the people of the day that were in the computing world, they didn't think of things in that way. They thought of things with ones and zeros. So, you know, and so technically, probably they could have built quantum computers prior to classical computers. And this is where the theory of interplanetary travel, time travel, and things like that comes into play. You know, it's highly likely that unidentified flying objects beyond our wildest imagination probably exist on other planets. But for right now, my connection with restraint was happening on the Greek Gregorian calendar about 1920, 1930, when the humans of planet Earth could have literally destroyed every known population on the planet with miniature versions of things flying through the air that don't require recharge, and like gas and chemicals like anthrax and things like that. Anyways, this is with automation and time business theory. Thanks for listening.